Jimmy on the pod, solo act, no quitting. Madhouse bar talk, where the drinks stay spitting. Views going wild like a monkey gone rogue, running his own lane in a circus of smoke. Guido hit the eject, dipped out the scene. Jimmy steered the chaos, kept it lean mean, no co-pilot needed. He
got it opened up. I got the fan aimed at you.
Stash, raking views with a dash. Madness on the mic, sipping truth like it's gin. Every episode's a fight. Who's the champ of the spin? Randoms on the stool, spill tales from the void. Jimmy plays the villain, but the people stay buoyed. Solo flight, no wingman, just the heat. Questions unscripted, got him squirming in the seat. Joe Rogan whispers, but Jimmy got roar. Clickbait machetes hacking straight to the core. Bar feels alive when the topics get steamy. Listeners keep clicking, saying this fool's dreamy. Drama be the fuel, chaos be the plan. Welcome to the Madhouse, hosted by one madman. Podcast is a wrestling ring, Jimmy's the champ. Randoms get grilled under the ring light lamp. Got foes and fans, but the numbers don't lie. Keep it raw and uncut till the Wi-Fi dies. Yeah.
Still haven't heard from Guido?
Still haven't heard from him. Nope, sure haven't. All right, we got a special podcast today. We're going to do a podcast here with Tex. Tex is putting together a benefit with us for tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. How long are you going to run it to, you said?
Till 5.
Till 5. I don't know how many dinners he's going to have or whatever, but...
Till we run out.
Till we run out. There you go. So, everybody, welcome Tex to the show. We'll give him his own intro.
Yay.
Well, Tex runs a crew with a big old grin. Says he'll fix your roof, but it won't begin. He's out in the yard with a bottle of Jack, a promising word that he'll never track. Old Tex house ain't no better shape. The walls are leaning, the gutters gape. He swears he's handy, just give him time. But that Jack Daniel makes him forget the line. Tex the builder, Lord bless his soul, can't hang a door or dig a hole. He'll drink your whiskey, make your heart ache, and cook a brisket. You'll swear it's heaven on a plate. Now the ladies say Tex ain't our kind of man. One too many lies and an unfinished plan. He's turned more women than I can count. Drives them to each other when his charm runs out. But I'll give Tex credit where it's due. That brisket he smokes, boy, it'll cure you. With a rub of secrets and a honey glaze, it's the only work Tex does these days.
You gonna quit talking to me now too?
I wasn't expecting that.
I don't know why you didn't. I mean, you should have absolutely expected that. 100%.
It had a good beat.
It did. I figured you'd like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to go tomorrow. We're going to start at 11 o'clock until it runs out, you're figuring, right?
Yep.
And you've got enough, you figure, for how many dinners you think?
Maybe about 40 or 50.
40 or 50. And we're going to take, you donated the food. I gave you a little help with that. And the money we're gonna give it to, you want to go to APL?
I'll move it to APL.
To the APL? Okay. I wasn't sure if you wanted to do because there's this pit crew down the street. I know there's another one that's doing something right now.
Oh, I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, there's a couple other ones, but either way, it's going to go to an animal for bear. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's kind of the point, because we haven't talked to his family or anything. We don't know what they've got going on.
I don't even think any of them has come up here yet.
So this is just a way for us to have brisket, and celebrate Bill.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was a customer here for a long time. It's gonna be real good. How those beans you told me were real good. What's making them so much better this time?
Well, I put my secret sauce in there.
Oh Jesus! Uh-oh.
No, they're just really good beans.
They're not bitch beans, are they?
Bitch beans? What's a bitch bean?
Well, my dad always told a story about a guy in West Virginia that used to sell bitch burgers, and they found out it was his wife.
Oh, shit. No, nobody's chopped up in there.
Oh man. So we want to do this big thing tomorrow for him. We got some baskets. I've got a basket I'm going to put liquor in. I got like a Browns blanket or Indians blanket, something like that, Guardians, whatever it is. So Amanda put it together. A few other people put baskets together, so we'll do the raffle on the baskets. And then you want to do a 50-50 too, you said?
Yeah, let's do 50-50.
Yeah, might as well, right? I mean,
Yeah.
What the hell? So it's going to be a good time. I think it's going to be fun. The brisket's always banging. So, and we're going 25 a plate.
Yeah.
And we can run that through the card. If somebody needs to run a card, we can do that. It'll just charge them food sales tax. That's it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then the sales tax I have to pay to the state, and then the rest go to them. But yeah, that's no big deal. Because I know she called me yesterday saying something to the effect of what she was worried about.
Yeah, if somebody want to use a credit card.
Yeah, like telling them that it's cash only or something. I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we can
I
take
think
care
it
of
needs
that.
to be necessary for the baskets and stuff, don't you?
Well, yeah, they got to have, for the baskets and stuff, that's all cash. That's always. I think everybody knows that, don't they?
I would think so.
I would assume. I mean, how do you not know that? I would think. I don't know. But anyways, I got a surprise for us.
Yeah, I like that surprise.
Good old 18 rare. We need some rocks glasses, though, huh?
We may not be walking out of here.
No, I'm not doing that much drinking. No. I did enough of that last night. Jeez, oh man, I was pretty drunk. I was pretty buzzed. We need it. I wonder if I can get, what time is it? I can get her to bring us up rocks glasses with some ice in it, right?
Yeah.
That's how you drink yours too, right?
Right. And in case nobody knows about what comes with the brisket plate, you get brisket, sausage, beans, jalapeno mac and cheese, and your choice of either jalapeno coleslaw or potato salad.
We got a choice.
Yeah.
Jalapeno coleslaw.
Yeah. Andy's making it.
Have you ever had it before?
Never had it.
Sounds right.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah, that sounds real good.
Yeah.
Who's making the potato salad?
Elizabeth from that that group that comes here.
Yeah, the one that does the baler repairs and stuff or whatever they do.
Right.
Rebuilding balers or something like that.
Yep. She's going to be making it. And I think we are going to probably have like 10 or so baskets.
10, you think?
I think so, because I know there's 4 downstairs right now. You're doing one. That's 5.
Yeah.
And then I know of like 4 other people are bringing some.
What all are the best baskets that are down there? Did you see?
Something? No, I didn't, but they're in the cooler. So I'm assuming there's like chocolate or something in there.
Okay.
A couple of them probably has chocolate, and so it doesn't melt.
I know Daniela said she was putting together one that was like tickets and pull tabs, basically, because that's what he loved to do.
Yeah, and I think she's going to call it, what was she? We talked about it earlier. Bill's something. Bill's box.
Bill's box.
Yeah.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, that'll be a fun anybody, and then people love doing that anyways, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the 18 rare, for people who don't know, this is me and Tex's favorite right here. This is the good stuff.
Really good stuff.
It really is. You can't sit and drink it all at once like we do, though.
It's hard not to.
It sows down so smooth. Yeah, I forgot because I was drinking. I was out there with Joey was here, and then Keith was here, and then Anthony stopped up, and Anthony works for Joey. Well,
Yeah.
Joey's dad, but Joey's about to take over that, or actually he runs most of it right now, anyways. But his dad is actually the owner of it or whatever. But so that's who actually Anthony works for. But Joey runs most of it. He doesn't. Joe goes fishing and shit nowadays. He don't give a shit. He's us out fishing, enjoying life.
Must be nice.
Yeah, he worked for it though. That's one of those guys that, like, when I look at him, I go, he deserves everything he had. That guy busted his ass. Like they didn't work 7 to 3:30. Like they worked whatever it was. Like they'd work to the goal. Like say they would come in with like thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
All right, where's mine? Give me mine. No, actually, we need both of them, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. That should get us through the podcast.
Sweet sound of whiskey.
Oh, man. Oh, man. That's that good stuff, man. Mm-hmm. I would have never thought in a million years that I would spend big money on whiskey. I'd have never thought it. I'd have never once ever considered it. And then my brother bought me that bottle. That were you here that day too on my birthday where I was drinking that bottle of XO when my brother was bartending?
Probably.
It was like August, my birthday in 22, I think.
Yeah,
or 21.
Imagine I was here.
And I sat and drank that. I enjoyed it. I was like, man, that's good. You know, a good whiskey is easier to sit and sip on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, once they passed and whatever, and I was down there with my dad, I kept driving in that little gas station, had a little liquor store, and they had that bottle 18 rare, and I'm going, I should get a good bottle like that. But it was $160. I'm going, nah. And then finally I gave in and did it, brought it back. Oh my God, it was so good. Now I've bought, I think, 4 of those bottles total.
Yeah.
You haven't bought one yet, have you?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
Well, it seemed like every time I was going to go and stop and get one, because I was doing that bowling, and I was always running late. So I never got a chance to swing in there. Grab a bottle.
Never got a chance to swing in and buy a bottle of liquor at the store that you were driving right past?
No. I swear to God. I was always
sounds
late.
a little too convenient.
I don't have a problem buying it. It's just, I was always late. I was like, man.
I live close to there, and I don't go there and buy it. I mean, Andy said he was going there last night, and I'm drinking with those guys. I'm like, oh, get me a bottle 18 rare. And then he comes in this morning and goes, I hope you weren't kidding. I'm like, can't take what I say drunk. But no, it's delicious. I do love it.
It goes down so smoothly, you can't even hardly tell it's alcohol.
I know it's alcohol. It's delicious, though.
Yeah.
It's delicious. When you did that seeding, when you did the hydro seeding,
Mm-hmm.
how much did you pay to rent that machine?
I think I paid $450 or something like that.
To rent the machine?
Yeah.
And where'd you have to rent it from?
And I had to go all the way to the east side of Cleveland. Way over there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And they had the seed too and all that? Where you rented it from?
I bought all the seed.
Where'd you get that from?
I got that from a place out like towards Wellington.
Oh, okay.
A place out that sells seed and all that kind of jazz. Why, are you doing one?
No, my yard, I would like to get it to go quicker than fucking around with it after I start repairing it here in a minute.
Well, I can tell you this. If you're going to do it, read the instructions.
Why? What does that mean?
Because I wasted so much of that stuff. I had it on full blast. I didn't know that it had a throttle on it. So I'm out there, and this thing's just blowing it like 30 feet away. And then I had to go from one side of the driveway to the other, and I'm just like pulling it across. It went all over the house. I mean, it was everywhere. And then finally, I was like, man, there's got to be, should be able to speed or slow this thing down a little bit. And then I found out there is a throttle. It's a two-man job, actually. One to throttle and one to hold the thing, because you can slow it down considerably to where it's barely coming out.
So where's the throttle, in the truck?
On the trailer.
Oh, it's on the trailer. Okay.
Yeah. So when you got that long hose out there, there's no way to throttle it. So you really need somebody else. And Mike, I think it was Mike and Timmy that came out to give me a hand the second time I was out there, and Timmy was doing the throttle. I'm like, damn. If I had him yesterday to figure this out, I wouldn't have wasted half of it.
So that can you go over like just a half? Like if you just can you just go over your grass with that stuff or no?
Yeah, you probably could, but the whole thing is it's got like this paper this some kind of paper stuff in it that
cellulose.
Yeah, that kind of, when you spray it onto a flat ground, it just puts a coating on top so that the birds and all that can't grab the seeds.
Okay.
And it sticks it in place in case it rains or whatever. But when you do it on top of grass, I don't know, just.
Well, I mean, I don't want to do the whole, but I don't want to just, like, if I'm going to patch the yard, I don't want to just do the patch. I would just want to spray the whole yard afterwards. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense or no? Or is that crazy?
Well, I think you ought to just throw seed down.
That's what I did last year. But now I got to patch it again this year because I didn't get enough dirt last year. So I got to get another truck of dirt and fill in a big spot in the back along the one side of the driveway, and then Ogle's supposed to come this week and rototill up that front for me.
How much space are you looking at?
Just a small yard. It's not a big
They've
yard.
got another one that you can buy. They're smaller. You don't need a machine. You hook it to your water hose, and it's the same thing. And it'll do so many square feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I saw that.
And you use it?
I've never used it, but.
So you don't know if it works?
I don't know if it works, but it looks the same.
And you hook it to your water hose? I would try that.
Yeah, you hook it to your water hose, it sprays the stuff out, and it's green just like the other stuff with the paper in it and whatever.
I want to try it. I mean, I want to go to, I want it to be, I want it to just happen faster. Last year when I did it, it took, a lot of work. I mean, just freaking constantly on it, water and I mean, it just takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
That stuff, I've seen them like on the construction sites, they'll literally spray it on Friday. And when we come into work Monday, there's like 2 inches of grass already on half of it. Yeah. It's pretty amazing, actually.
But you do have to water it and stuff.
No, you do. But it holds it, right? Better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see any birds running around trying to eat the seeds or any of that stuff.
No? You brought up Timmy. He was feeling it last night.
That's his new girlfriend?
I don't know. Has he got a girlfriend?
The pole?
Oh, the pole is? Oh, I got it. But that's not even the worst part. I woke up to this morning. They sent them to me.
Oh, boy.
I said, this guy can't go to the bathroom in the middle of the night without breaking an ankle. And you let him up on my bar? What's the matter with you guys?
Yeah, that's dangerous.
He's up there dancing. I'm like, what the hell?
He might blow a hip out.
I ain't never seen no such thing.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened with that one.
He was obviously on one.
Apparently. I didn't see that. I didn't notice that. But I woke up this morning, I got that. I go, what in the world?
Yeah.
I was dying laughing.
I'm surprised Mike wasn't up there with him.
Mike? No, that was Donnie.
Oh, Donnie? Well, I don't know. Mike got up there too. Well, he might have not been dancing, but he fell off of it.
Oh, when he was getting the heater. Yeah, that was pretty funny, man. Yeah. Oh, my God. That video, he texted me, and he's like, he's like, or no, it was Daniela, I think, texts me, and she goes, look at the cameras at this time or whatever. And I'm looking and I can't seem to see what it is. And then I noticed that the cord was down in the one camera, but I was done looking at that point. I had to go do something. So I told Amanda about it, and then she went and found it. That shit was hilarious. I was dying laughing. He was all bruised up forever over that one.
Yeah, he was.
It was really bad. Mm-hmm. He's you see my buddy Aaron Knapp? You like that guy too, huh?
Aaron Knapp.
Yeah, that was your buddy. You liked him. You were telling me, man, he's giving the city
when I met him, you know, but not after all this shit,
dude. So today I wake up and there's a. Timmy said, "You're nice guys." He's watching us. Put him out there. Yeah, I get a message today on something I posted last month. Okay, and it goes, "Oh, you guys still talking about us?" It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? This post is from like April 23rd or something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here. That guy he's a mess, dude. That guy is. And did you see all the things that he said we said about him that we didn't say about him? I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah, I think
he was going on and on about it.
Yeah,
but I think he might have got this police chief in trouble. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if that's him or if it's something else, but I'm not sure what that, because they're not like letting the cat out of the bag what it is. But he might have got him in trouble for something.
I think he has something to do with it.
It sure seems that way.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be going after everybody. I mean, you can't go after everybody, right? Somebody's got to be doing good. There's got to be one person out there that's doing good, something, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, one of them, you would think. Yeah. Not every single politician can be the worst person ever.
Well, I can tell you that most of them in Lorraine are probably the worst ever.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I like Sprinkowski. I like her.
I don't really know her, but I don't know. It just seems like they're all left, Democrats and.
Yeah, but half of them, I think they just are on a ticket that way. I don't think they're like voting that way.
You keep saying that, but I just don't see it, because this town hasn't done anything in years. And It's the same people on there all the time. In fact, they brought a whole nother person back again that was on there before that they kicked out of there.
Yeah, that Angel.
Yeah, that got arrested. I saw him down at the when I went to go get some plates, and he was there trying to get his license back from that incident.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, why would you bring him back? There's nobody else to choose from?
I don't think. Well, I don't know. I really don't know what the answer to that is. There's got to be somebody there to choose from, I would think.
Yeah.
Somebody I would think would want to do it. Why don't you run for council?
No, I'm leaving.
You're leaving?
Yeah.
You keep saying that.
I'm leaving, man.
This is the time. You're really doing it.
I'm doing it.
This is it. He's going to be gone.
Yeah. Get my houseboat and you're going to do a bunch of fishing.
You're going to do a bunch of fishing?
Mm-hmm.
Where, in Louisiana?
Yeah.
Do they got those guys still on the run out there? Those murderers?
I don't know.
Did you see that? There's 10 of them broke out of prison. I guess that they got serious charges too. It's not just some bullshit people. Like, they're murderers.
But he escaped in Louisiana?
There's I think there's 3 that are caught now, but there's still 7 on the loose, or there was this morning when I seen the news.
That doesn't surprise me, because you can get lost out in that place.
No, I would imagine. You get eaten up by a gator too, fucking around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck that shit. No, yeah, they got. Ugh. That'd be a scary thing, like, just to worry, like, when that somebody broke out of jail or whatever. I used to live on Albrecht, which was kind of by the county jail out in Lorraine. I used to always worry about that. Like, somebody could just break out and they'll end up in my backyard. You know what I mean?
Oh, is it right there?
It isn't right there, but there's a bunch of farm fields in between, like that. You know what I mean? You never know. You know what I mean? I would be nervous about it.
Right before I moved here, I had a house in this place called Rocheron, Texas. It was out in a rural area. And there's 3 prisons out there, really close, like within a mile. And I wasn't even there a week, and all of a sudden this guy pulls up in like a cop car from the prison and just coming by to I guess whenever somebody buys a new house there or whatever, they come to visit to tell them, hey, we got prisons out here. Don't do this, don't do that, or whatever. But
don't take in strays, basically.
Exactly. So I thought I had a warrant or something when he pulled in.
You ran?
No. I thought about it.
I got warrants. No, that was a nerve. I don't think I thought about it all that much, but it definitely did cross my mind from time to time, for sure. Yeah. That definitely would cross my mind.
I can see it happening over there. Honestly, nothing surprises me over here.
In Lorain?
Yeah.
It's a wild town, isn't it?
It really is. It's so like stuck in back of the ages, it's 80s and stuff. Nothing's advanced here.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
You go to a big city, somewhere like you've been to Florida and stuff like that, and you go to a big city, it's a whole different.
I've never been to Florida.
You never been to Florida? Oh. Well, when you go to a big city, let's say Miami or Houston or Dallas or whatever, it's everything's so advanced. Everything. And on top of that, like when I bought this house here, you can't even pay your taxes online. You got to send a check or go down there. What the hell? Who has checks anymore? You know what I mean?
Well, my bank, I send stuff on my bank, and if I can't pay it online through my bank app, they mail a check.
Yeah.
You can do it like that, and then they'll just mail a paper check out for you, basically.
Well, they're still mailing a check, so I don't understand all that. They should have everything's online. Everything's online except for here. Except for Lorain County.
It is, but online shit's got to go.
I bet you can go to
nerve-wracking.
I bet you can go to Cleveland and pay your taxes online. Promise you could.
Probably, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't have to go that far to see people advancing, but there's definitely even if you go like just to like say like Willoughby or even Cleveland really is more advanced than Lorain just is kind of how it is. It's been that way forever. And I feel like every time they do something in Lorain, they just want to do something for the arts. That's it.
Yeah.
And that I don't think is going to solve anything, in my opinion. It's just the arts are okay. I get it. Like, it's nice to have those things here and there, but it can't be the only thing you're doing to improve your city. Like, that doesn't really improve your city.
And opening a Domino's Pizza is not going to improve it either. All that money they spent downtown, Broadway Street, all that concrete, everything, signs, the whole works, and then they bring in a Domino's Pizza. That's what they needed.
I'll tell you what, man. They opened up a Domino's Pizza right across from you in that Oakwood Shopping Center. Used to be there where the Boys and Girls Club was. Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, that had a Fazio's and a Revco and all that, and a movie theater. All that was in there. And they opened up this Domino's in there, dude. That it was the biggest spectacle I ever seen in my life. I'm talking the 80s, like maybe 85, somewhere in that range, 86. It was amazing. They're spinning the pizza dough in the window. They got all these trucks out there. That was back when they would deliver in 30 minutes or less or whatever. Mm-hmm. They're out there giving away free pizza to all of the neighborhood. Everybody's coming in. They're getting free pizza. They're handing us out like, I forget, like maybe pens and, there's T-shirts, like, they just all kinds of shit. It was like a huge, like, when they opened up, it was like it was like lit. It was a party. It was crazy. The whole parking lot was just, they had shit going on. It was wild. I never seen nothing like that.
That was probably one of the first franchise type pizza places, maybe.
Domino's?
Yeah, for here.
No, we had Little Caesars already.
That's a little different.
Pizza.
Yeah. I bet back in the day, this is a pretty happening town. Like when the steel mill and all that stuff.
When I was a kid, it was a lot better than it is today. But I hear it was even better prior to me. Like, because like Joe, he lived in Avon. That was my grandma. When my grandfather died, my grandma started seeing this tailor named Joe. He owned Avon Cleaners and Menswear in Avon. And he told me back in the day, they would go to downtown Lorain, like on Broadway. That's where everybody went, from Avon, Westlake, like everybody went there. That was the place to go back in the day. They had a Woolworths down there, and Sears was down there. Like all that stuff was down there. You didn't have the mall, or you didn't have, you know what I mean? And the mall was the beginning of it starting to disappear. But that goes down to your liberal, what you're talking about with the liberal stuff because the mall originally was supposed to go, I think, on 28th Street. That's where they wanted to go, but Lorain wouldn't vote it in. They voted it out. They didn't want it there. They didn't want the traffic in there. They didn't want the bullshit.
Or the casino?
No, the mall. This mall, Midway Mall, when I originally went in. Because that Midway Mall used to be a nice ass mall. I mean, it was, when I was a kid, it was a lot small. It was about half the size it is now. And then they put that branch on in the back where Johnny K's is and the food court and all that. Well, I mean, I don't even know if there's food in that food court anymore, but all that stuff was added on. Joint. Is there?
Yeah.
Well, all that stuff got added on like probably in the 80s, I would imagine, something like that. All that got added on. But before that, it was just that one little strip in the front that you see when you come down. None of that stuff in the back was there. It was like JCPenney's and
Sears.
Higbee's, I think.
Sears there?
Yeah. Sears would have been there, yeah. I think it was like Higbee's, JCPenney's, and Sears. Or maybe it was May Company. I don't remember. No, it wasn't. It was Higbee's, Sears, and JCPenney's, and May Company was up here across from where my Uncle Dale's place is. That was a little that shopping center there. You should have seen how nice that was when I was a kid.
That's pretty big.
It was nice, dude. Because that grocery store wasn't there. That came in when who was that big boy that came in everywhere? Tops. Do you remember Tops, or do you know about Tops?
You know, it kind of sounds familiar a little bit, but I'm not really sure.
At the time, we were told they were the largest grocery conglomerate in the world.
Oh, it's a grocery store.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's where Apple's is now.
Okay.
But at one time, it was Tops originally when it went in. When it got built, it was Tops right there. I think that was Tops. I'm pretty sure. But before that, it wasn't even there. And you just had that building that you see that's blank to the right of that was this beautiful, like, 2-story May Company. And then all of a sudden, it became the billing, I think, for May Company. They were doing like all the credit cards, like if you had a May Company credit card or whatever, they still had May Company credit cards, and they were doing all that processing there. They still may be doing that there. I don't know. I have no idea. But it'd be is that Kaufman's now, right? May Company became Kaufman's.
I don't know.
I think so. I think that's how it worked.
It's ironic you mentioned the Midway Mall, because I watched a video this morning on Facebook of a guy that he kind of goes around different malls and stuff that are kind of shutting down, and he walked that whole mall and was showing all the different stores and architecture that was in there, and how it goes way back. There's still stuff in there like brick and things of that nature, and it was pretty neat kind of watching it. It was a shame that all these stores are gone.
Yeah, it is.
The internet has killed it.
Amazon killed it.
Yeah,
Amazon is the one that killed it. That's who killed it.
eBay and Amazon and.
Amazon probably more than anybody. Amazon has just killed it. It's just, and you know what sucks is it's like them bar stools outside. I've bought so many bar stools, but like anytime I've ordered them online, it's just it's a crapshoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you don't know what you're getting until it gets here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why I tend to buy the same jeans over and over, because I can order them online, the ones I had before. And you got to even be careful about that. One time I got Amazon jeans. The name brand was Amazon. I swear to God, the name brand was Amazon. I didn't either. They came to my house, and it was like, I go, my jeans, and I had a couple pair that I always order.
Supposed to be Levi's?
No, I like the Lucky brand is the ones I like. But they're stretchy for us fat guys. When we're moving around, they move around with us a little bit.
On now.
But Yeah, I like those, but yeah, the one pair showed up and it was freaking Amazon jeans. I was shocked. I'm like, what the hell?
Hey, I'll tell you what. If Amazon didn't have that return policy that they have, I don't think they'd do near the amount of business. I think a lot of these stores would probably do a little bit better. Because if you don't like what you got, ship it right back to them.
Yeah, stores need to do better. I mean, it was better to go to. It was just socially better. It was just everything about it was better.
Well, that's the problem. Is there's no social anymore.
Yeah, it's all online. Yeah.
All the kids now everything's on the phone. Mm-hmm. They're always on the phone constantly. They're not socializing with other kids half the time. They go to their house. They sit in there. Even the ones that are like 30, 35 years old, doing the same shit. My son sits on a game, that worst shit, and plays it all
Call
night.
Call of Duty or something?
Yeah, Call of Duty. And hey, I remember when I went to visit him last time, he had a roommate, right? His roommate's in his room.
Is he gay?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. They
wasn't
got separate
a roommate?
rooms. And he's in his room, and they're playing each other on the game down the hallway. What the hell?
That makes sense. That's the way it is. My brother-in-law, my sister's husband, he plays. I mean, he's got a good job, makes good money. They have a beautiful home and everything, but that's his thing. And
he does that too?
Oh, he's got.
How old is he?
Oh, 40, what are they? 40. So there's 80 to the 42 they'll be not this year. So they're 41. They'll be 42. Yeah, they're 42 this year. So yeah, and he plays with his nephew, and they all get online and play together, and that's like he'll set up. I mean, he doesn't do it all the time. He's not like, I mean, he works his job and all that stuff. But then, yeah, every once in a while, he's like, okay, this is my night, leave me alone. And he goes in his room, and that's it. He's like, it's his office. He's got an office at home. He works out of the house, and he's got it all set up, and he sits there in games, and he loves it. And it's, I think, the problem with the bar. I've been trying to figure out, like, because all these bars are closing around here, and I'm not really seeing a flux come in a little bit, but not like you would think. You would just, you're the last bar standing, you'd be packed. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I don't think that's the case. I think people are smoking weed, ordering DoorDash, and playing video games.
That's what they're doing.
And because now with the video games, you socialize on it. Now when you're playing on a video game, you can chat and talk with each other. It's not like when we were kids, you just played a video game.
Right.
Now they play each other, and they can talk to each other while they're on the game. They literally have like a headphone, an earphone. They're talking to each other while they're playing. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how that's going to help the generations, advance, like, socially wise, by sitting in a room and playing that crap all damn day.
No, I'm with you. You need to get out and socialize 100%. That's necessary.
These kids need to get out there and start mowing grass on the weekends and making a little extra money and playing football and stuff.
Well, see, Dylan does that on our street. That's the one thing. Like, we look at houses every once in a while. In fact, I just looked at one. And it's a nice house. It's a lot of land and stuff. I'm like, this would be nice to do that. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, Amanda immediately was like, yeah, but who's Dylan going to play with? There's no neighbors. There's no this. There's no, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, literally, he'll be on his device the rest of his life if you do that. And she's right.
You guys are in a neighborhood with a lot of kids, right?
Ton of kids.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a ton of kids. And it's like, it's a one block dead end street.
Yeah.
And it's all kids. It's so many kids. I mean, it
would be better if all the streets were like that, because then you don't have to worry about people flying through there.
Yeah, where they're dead end. Yeah. It's good. We still get them every once in a while that fly. We had an asshole neighbor down the street come down the other day. I don't know if it's a neighbor, the neighbor's sister, whoever it was. We've got a basketball court set up on the driveway, you know what I mean? And they play basketball in the driveway. Mm-hmm. Since I poured the concrete, they can do that. That was part of one of the reasons I wanted to pour the concrete, so that they can play basketball in the driveway and not be in the street. Because when we put it in the street, they complained about the township complained and made us move it all. The basketball hoop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then this woman comes down, and they're playing basketball in my driveway, and this woman comes down and tells them to get out of the street. And my wife is livid about it. Like literally, she wants to just like every time she drives down the street, my wife goes, "Bitch, there's the bitch." Every time now. She's too much. Did I ever tell you about the yard sign she had?
No.
So the neighbor if you're looking at my house, the house to the right, it's this couple, and we thought they were nice enough. Never really talked to them. They're weird. They're like every time there's a little bit of sun out, they're out there tanning and shit. It's just weird. They're just weird. I mean, I guess if you want to tan, but I mean, it's just weird to me. Like the guy's out there in his shorts, like it's our side window. I don't want to see it. You know what I mean? Just fucking cover up. It's nothing nobody wants to see. Believe me.
In Daisy Dukes or what?
No, yeah, pretty much, but like more like 80s basketball shorts. So, anyways, she comes over one day and asks Amanda, can her grandkids play on our play set in the back? And Amanda goes, yeah, I'm not responsible for them. You got to keep an eye on them, though. I'm not, but yeah, feel free. No big deal, Mm-hmm. Okay, that was probably, I don't know, 10 years ago. Not 10, maybe 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I don't know. It was a long time ago. All of a sudden, when the kids are playing like soccer and football in the front yard and the ball goes in their yard, she puts out a sign that says keep out of, or private property, keep out or something, and puts it at our yard aimed at our house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Amanda, being the customization girl with her Cricut, makes a bunch of signs, and I forget what the sign said. It was like, kids are out, she will shout, and had an arrow pointing at it. And then what was the other one? Ask your mom what the other one was. Oh, kids that play ruins her day. Yeah. And she's got these two in the front yard, like literally aimed right at her house, being an asshole.
And there you go. That's another reason why these kids aren't going outside anymore. You got neighbors just like that.
There's another neighbor too that's like that. Well, I think it's the sisters that we were saying, the one sister that her brother was the one that originally we started having problems with. Like we bought a go-kart and he's throwing a fit because we're running down the street. Who gives a shit? Let the kids play.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a dead end street and it's country as fuck. I mean, I poured my driveway. I think I'm only the second house on the street with concrete in their driveway. It's all gravel driveway. Like it's chip and seal roads. Like it's not like it's not some nice ass development or not. You know what I mean? It's just not what it is.
You guys have an HOA?
Oh no, God no! This is a show. I live in the same type of neighborhood you do.
Oh, okay.
It's almost exactly the same like what you have. It's the same thing. I'm in a township. Yours used to be township. Mine is still, but yours used to be when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. Then they annexed. I wonder why they annexed that, anyways.
Tax money.
So do those kids go to Lorain City schools, or are they still Clearview?
Clearview.
See, because that's why they were township and they went to Clearview. Mm-hmm. You would think if they annexed it, they would go to Lorain City schools.
I think they just want the tax money.
But that would go to the schools then. It would go to
most
Clearview.
of it goes to the schools, but some of it goes to the city and county. I don't know. I mean, for some reason, when I bought the place, I was thinking it was township, but that was already annexed.
Before you bought it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, my whole life that was township. I just knew that was Sheffield Township. That's how it was for years. You need more 18 rare?
Yeah, I put some more in there.
Amanda's just gave me a dirty look. She's like, I didn't know you had a bottle of 18
She's like,
rare.
Here we go again.
No, we can't do that. We got that big party tomorrow for Bill. We can't be drinking this whole bottle. It just can't happen. It can't happen. We got to get too much done. Did you get the basket finished?
And she's got a basket out there.
What do you got? Did you grab that from us? Oh, okay. I was wondering. What is that other? What's that one? The one on there that was in your left hand. What is that? Oh, Casami. Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know what that was. From this distance. Tequila? Yeah. Is that what Bill drank? What did Bill drink?
Jameson.
Jameson? She's like, okay, I guess it'll be Jameson.
Yeah, he drank Jameson.
Yeah. My best story with him involves you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My best story of him. Well, there's a couple actually. The one is that TikTok we did of him doing the pull tabs. So we did that, and dude, do you know how much shit I took on the internet over that?
What, like negative stuff?
Oh God, people were like, "What fucking asshole owner of a bar would frickin' make fun of his customers like this?" And like that. That's the shit I was getting on the internet over that. But that wasn't funny. The funniest one was when he first got here. He wanted to be Tex.
Yeah.
And you're already Tex.
Yeah. There's 2 Texas.
So he started going Tex 2, right? He started putting Tex 2, right?
Yeah.
So then there was some football squares. Mm-hmm. Do you remember what game it was? I don't remember.
I didn't find that too funny.
What was the game? Do you remember the game?
I think that was like it was like a playoff game, wasn't it?
I don't really remember. I couldn't tell you. It might have been the Super Bowl as far as I know.
Could have been a Super Bowl.
It could have been.
Well, the squares were like a couple $100.
So, they were that expensive, or that? That was the pay on it.
Yeah, the pay was $200. So,
but it could have been a small square, though.
Yeah, it could have been.
Could have been a smaller square. So, anyways, he goes and puts his name as Tex on it, right? Did he put Tex 2 or just Tex?
Tex.
He just put Tex. So he puts Tex on the square. When he puts it on the square, you're here that night. You're watching a game. You see you hit, and then what do?
Well, actually, the bartender came out. Oh, you won. You won a square. I'm like, sweet. Brought me the money. I'm like, let's drink it. And we spent it all.
You spent every dime.
Every dime of it.
And you came out of there drunk as shit.
Yep.
And then the next morning we find out.
Find out it wasn't my square. Bill's wanting his money.
So now when you win a square, you just put it in your pocket?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, you were so mad. You know what? I don't think anybody's called him Tex 2 since then. No. Originally, everybody was on board. They were calling him Tex 2, but I think that was like the line. Like, okay, we can't do that.
Well, that's because I kept saying that, hey, man, he's not from Texas.
He's from Wyoming.
He's from Wyoming.
Right? Yeah.
He just was living in Texas for many years. But
many years?
Yeah.
How long did he live there?
Oh, I think he was there for 25 years, something like that.
Where's his ex live?
She lives in southern Ohio, right at the border of southern Ohio and West Virginia.
And how did he end up here?
His friend Tommy. You know who I'm talking about?
I've never met him. I keep hearing about him, but I didn't hear about him until he died, actually. I had no clue who he was.
Yeah, so Tommy was in the military with him back in the day.
Okay.
And they've always stayed in contact. And I guess Bill wanted to, maybe move or something. He's just getting tired of down there. So Tommy's like, hey, come up here, and he ended up coming up here and then buying a house and all that stuff. And that's what got him here. I think Tommy's.
It was just Tommy. Did he spend that much time with Tommy? I don't remember ever.
That's the thing. Bill had some demons going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously, but I think what happened is that Tommy got kind of tired of dealing with that with him and just kind of cut him off.
Oh, really?
And that sent Bill in a downward spiral, because now his best friend don't even talk to him no more.
Well, nobody talks to him now.
Nobody does. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but he wasn't talking to him ahead of time, but he's the one who called, isn't he? Didn't he call the? I mean, I guess we could I guess we could talk about it, but he had said he was going to commit suicide,
right?
And he had told us since he got here that was his retirement plan. That's what was told. He said
suicide.
Yeah, he said he was going to just when the money's up,
Yep.
He's done.
Yeah, he said that for a long time.
Yeah, and then we were getting word that was April 1st.
That was towards the end.
That's when we were getting word.
Right.
And my wife was on me. She's bitching like, we've got to call. Somebody's got to call. But Tommy called. So how did Tommy call?
Actually, Tommy didn't call. I think his wife called. And that's when they put him in the hospital. But I think the deal was with him, I mean, like with me, my relationship with Bill, I was kind of getting tired of hearing that too.
What do you mean?
Like him talking about killing himself all the time. And it's like,
you didn't say just do it already, did you?
No, I didn't say that.
I'm just making sure.
But I would say, man, you got to quit talking that kind of crap, you know. And I said, maybe you need to go get some help or whatever. And I think I got to the point to where it's like, it almost seemed like to me that it became like he was trying to get attention. I was beginning to believe that because it was just so frequent.
Well, and that's typical. Usually that is. The people that do it, in my experience, just do it. They don't talk about it.
Right. And he'd been talking about it for a long time. Probably 2 years, really.
Right.
And, but I mean, and it was getting down to the, here recently, I mean, he started talking about it more and more. And then, I mean, it was, I don't know. It's just hard to believe that he did that.
Yeah.
And did that with the dog, too, on top of that. But
the dog doesn't surprise me. Everybody says, how could he have done that to his dog? That doesn't surprise me at all. I figured he'd just taken his dog with him.
Well, that was his best friend.
Yeah. I just figured that's what he was doing.
Yeah. But I'm kind of disappointed in his family, because, I mean, to be quite honest with you, I don't even know if he might still be at the morgue for all I know.
I thought somebody said he was cremated already.
Tommy told me he thinks that he's been cremated, that his son took care of that, but he's not for sure. But his son hasn't even come up here.
And the house hasn't been put up for sale or nothing like that?
Nothing. The only new news is Liz's car showing up there all of a sudden.
Yeah, I wonder what that's about. Do you think she's in London now?
I think so.
You think she's there already, you think?
I think so.
That's what I would think. I mean, if you got rid of the car, you were on your way to London, right?
Exactly.
That's what I would think, too.
Because she couldn't do anything with the car because it wasn't in her name.
Oh, yeah, I did. He did, yeah. I've never said her name.
Oh.
I've never said her name. But we didn't link it to the story, so it's all right. I think it's okay. I think most people knew anyways.
They know.
I mean, most people that listen to the podcast knew anyway.
She ain't here anyway, so she's back over on the other side of the pond.
Yes, on the other side of the pond, as they call it.
Yeah.
On the island. That's freaking... I can't imagine doing something so stupid I'd have to move to London.
That was real stupid, man. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
What about Ellen DeGeneres? You think that's why she moved? Because they say she was at those Diddy parties.
They might be roommates.
They said she was at those Diddy parties at Ellen.
I wouldn't put it past her.
Have you seen all the shit that's coming out this week?
Yeah.
Oh my God, those news stories, like the witness. It's like you've got to be kidding me. And
that Justin Bieber guy.
Yeah.
His
attorney released a statement today that said that he was not a victim of P. Diddy's.
Shit.
That's what his attorney released today.
I think they got pictures of them kissing and shit.
Who?
Justin Bieber and him.
AI is amazing. They can do a lot of shit with AI.
Yeah,
I don't think that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, look at some of those Trump things. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
Or like when somebody loses, those are funny too. Like in that, like the Cavs lose or whatever, and they show Donovan Mitchell. And they do a press conference. It looks like he's actually saying the shit that's coming out of there. Like they're just making up shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I can't. I've seen some of them that it's like it looks legitimate.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't know the difference. No, yeah,
that's scary.
Yeah, hell yeah, because they can make it say whatever. It don't even matter no more.
Man, just living life in general.
Right.
Somebody could come behind
You could probably start a nuclear war
Yeah.
with those kind of freaking. Yeah, I mean, seriously, you probably could.
Yeah.
I mean, just having the wrong person say some dumb shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think about that with Trump going overseas to the Middle East?
I don't see anything wrong with it.
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I think he's squaring deals away, man.
Well, I think what he's doing is he's appealing to them. Let's make money. The hell with the war. Let's just make money. Let's do it. Let's just make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that it's working. Honestly, they were treating him like royalty over there.
Yeah, but the Supreme Court just dropped a bombshell recently, you know, and it's making it so hard for him to do anything. I mean, this whole immigration deal, now the Supreme Court says, no, you can't just think that they're part of this this group.
M13
or whatever
it is,
or they're terrorists or whatever. And they have to go through the process.
Why? They're not
Illegal
American
or not.
citizens.
Illegal or not is what they said.
That's what they said?
Yes. So now it's like, well, there you go. There's 10 years.
MS-13, right?
10 years of court shit, you know, that just to try to do this stuff, taking all these people to court. I mean, it's just going to be forever.
So you can still have them arrested while you're doing it, though.
Yeah, but you'll probably have to release them because you got another Democrat judge over there that's just going to give them probably a no bond, you know, or a
What
bond.
are they going to do when the terrorists that have come across start making problems here?
Put them up in a nice hotel.
I think he's doing the right thing. I think, like, by fixing the Middle East, like, if you can fix the Middle East, like, if you can genuinely fix it, like, where we can just all get along, that all that terrorist shit's over with. You don't even worry about that no more. It's done.
I think there's always going to be some terrorists.
There's always going to be some groups.
It'll be a small group.
But if you've got, like, if you've got Iraq, Pakistan, everybody just like against them for doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we have dumbasses in America too, but we don't stand behind them. You know what I mean? We don't want nothing to do with them. You know what I mean?
Shit, I don't know. You see all these Democrats out there taking trips, even like the congressman's going over there to see that guy that they put in El Salvador.
Yeah, I saw
like,
that.
come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Meanwhile, have they fixed North Carolina yet?
Right.
Have they?
They haven't even gone to North Carolina.
I don't even think they have. No, they haven't even messed with it.
No.
No, that's I don't know that whole thing.
We could spend days talking about this.
What about the plane though? Everybody's making a big deal. Well, the Democrats are making a big deal out of this plane. He gives them a plane.
So
it's a pretty nice gift.
You know that guy Tony that comes in here? He doesn't come in here much anymore because he got a.
The one that used to work for Perilla Tree?
No, he was one of Russ's friends.
Oh yeah. I know him. I grew up with him.
Yeah. Apparently, he works for a company that does business for Boeing.
Okay.
So he's posting. I mean, down the grapevine in his company, they're like, "Hey, take the plane," because now they're wanting to buy some planes.
Right. Yeah, that was part of the deal. Well, it wasn't. I don't know if it was part of the deal, but they ordered a shit ton of planes from Boeing.
A shit ton.
Yes.
Yeah,
they did. They ordered a shit ton of planes from Boeing, and they gifted Trump a Boeing plane. Yeah, but the problem is I don't know. They gifted the United States a Boeing plane,
right?
But not. Everybody's acting like it's Trump's.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they're acting like that. I don't get it. I'm confused by it.
I mean, because they're going to probably dismantle that plane a lot just to check it.
I saw a thing that estimates are like $600 million to get it to Air Force One standards. That's what I heard.
Well, that's better than $4 billion or $2 billion. I
think.
He's
already got a contract signed for one, doesn't he?
Yeah, but it's not until it's like 15 years from now.
No.
Yeah.
It's not that long.
Yeah, it's bad.
No. That's not true, is it?
I think 12.
Really?
Years, yeah.
I don't know. All I know
is going through a whole lot of crap, man.
All I know is I feel like it's like I feel like Trump's like the way your dad thought, or my dad, or whatever. Like he's just old school. Like he thinks like that, like morally old school. Like you know what I mean? And he's thinking business wise. I think what he's doing over there, like I think that's wonderful. I think, but everybody's giving him shit about it. It's like, how can you get? I mean, he's in the Middle East and they're treating him. Well, no, it's a left. It's definitely the left. It's definitely the left. And we've got that Giardini who, I mean, he's in Lorraine. Tony Giardini. He's kind of like a big deal in Lorraine. I think he's kind of running everything. And if I'm being honest, that's what I think. But I don't know. But I think he does. He's bitches about anything he can about Trump.
What does he do over in Lorraine?
I don't know, but he's filthy rich. I think he just runs I think he runs the school board and all that stuff, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, but he's filthy. I mean, Giardini's had money for years. He's always been one of the biggest in Lorraine for sure, money wise.
Yeah.
But he's so left leaning. Like it's like you don't even. I can't believe that he believes these ideas are bad. I just don't believe that. I can't believe that he actually believes that. I just find that hard to believe.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like, first of all, I feel like Trump's ideas are the same as Clinton's. Like I think they're not Hillary, Bill.
Right.
I feel like they're like it's almost the same policy. That's how I feel. Maybe I'm crazy.
Like the Clintons, you know, they were all about immigration too. Not letting them come in here. They were trying to keep them out also.
Well, you would think that Democrats who are labor backed would support not having illegal immigrants come in and do union jobs. You would think that would be like their number one priority.
Right.
And yet the union backs somebody who says, no, bring the Mexicans in to hang drywall and do framing. And you know what I mean? Why would the union stand behind that? It doesn't make sense to me. They should never stand behind that.
Yeah, you wouldn't think.
And I never heard a Democrat ever say anything about allowing Mexicans in, illegals, until Trump said,
we're going to get rid of them.
Yep. I never heard it. I never heard it once. And then he said it and they had to go against whatever he said. We just have to go against that.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
I think they just go against every single thing, period. They do not like Trump, period. No matter
and it don't matter what. It don't matter what.
Even if he did something for the Democrats, they're still going to bitch about it.
I feel like the world likes Trump, though.
Well, I think so, too.
I think the world as a whole is like, yeah, that's what we need, is America ran by somebody who's got some common sense.
And then they try to, talk shit about him, being a failure at certain things, like the college deal and businesses and stuff. But you know what? Every company, a good business guy, especially millionaires, have failures.
Oh, God. Michael Jordan will tell you how many times he failed, how many shots he missed before he hit them. I mean, honestly, that's the truth. I mean, that's the way it works. I mean, it's the law of averages. It's the guy that doesn't quit, you know what I'm saying, that gets there.
And obviously, Trump is he's a good business guy.
Sure, absolutely. Obviously, he's made a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely. What about this Pope, though?
See,
is that Trump related, you think, or no?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think that the first time they elect an American Pope and Trump's in office, you don't think that has something to do with it?
I don't.
Come on.
I don't, because I think that Pope is left anyways.
He's centric, they say, but he's not left. He can't be left. One of the first things he did was announce that a marriage is between a husband and a wife. That was one of the first things he did. So that's not left. That's definitely.
Yeah, but he's about immigration, though. He's about open borders.
He is about open borders.
He takes a stance like with Francis. They're almost, from what I've read.
I don't think Trump's against immigration, though. I think he just wants everybody vetted as they come in. That's all.
But I'm saying that this Pope is for open borders.
Is he? I don't know. He's a fool if he is. I don't think anybody should be for that.
Yeah, but he's got a big plate on him because he's got to fix a lot of shit with the Catholics.
Well, I mean, they came in with like that last Pope they had was too far. Like he was like making gay women the priest and stuff, which I don't even okay, here's a part I don't understand. Explain this to me, how this works, okay? Because as a priest, you take a vow of celibacy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So how can you be fucking gay? We're talking about sex.
Right.
That's what gay is who you have sex with.
Right.
So how can you be openly gay as a priest? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up.
Well, the only thing I could say would be they know internally that mentally, because obviously they may have some issues with their brain, and they think they're gay. But it doesn't matter if they're having sex with another man or whatever.
It does if you're a priest. You took a vow of celibacy.
That's true, but they might not be doing that. They just know they're gay.
But that's what they want to do.
They want to do that. And then they're going to have a whole big, huge pickings of all kinds of guys. And that.
But what's the point of saying, okay, I'm a gay priest, when you can't do it anyways? So why even admit it?
Man, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care what they say, they're doing it.
I mean, let's be honest. They've been fucking little kids forever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been going on for a long time. We all know that.
Long time.
We all know that.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to think. First of all, I don't even care because I'm not Catholic. Are you Catholic?
Nope.
So it really doesn't matter to me. But it's interesting that it's American. That does, I mean, it does kind of set a standard, I guess, the Catholic Church, don't you think?
Yeah. But the thing is something you got to think about. They have a lot of influence on people.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They've got I think, I'm just throwing this out because I think I heard this, that they have 4 billion followers.
Oh, I would believe that, yeah. That would make sense.
That's a lot of people.
That would make sense. Well, you remember when Kennedy ran, that was a big thing with Kennedy. They didn't want him in because he was Catholic, because they were afraid the Pope would be controlling America. Mm-hmm. Basically, that's what they were afraid of.
If you've got all these 4 billion followers, and let's say in America, you got millions.
Yeah, you got... I mean, Catholic, what do you think the percentage of Americans that are Catholic are? 20%?
Something like that, I would think.
I mean, that's 72 million.
Because a lot of America is like Baptist and Presbyterian and
Muslim.
I don't know about Muslims.
There's a lot of Muslims in America.
There's probably a lot of them, especially in prison.
That somehow that's racist. I don't know how, but somehow I feel like that was racist.
They got white Muslims and everything too.
But there is a lot of different religions in America.
There is.
But I would say probably 20% Catholic. I mean, I'm sure we could Google it and find out exactly what
I bet it's more than that.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't
It's
think
probably
so.
more than that.
I bet you there is more atheists than Catholic. How's that?
I can tell you, and this isn't racist, but I can tell you that the majority of Hispanics, or Spanish, let's just say Spanish, is Catholic. There's a lot of Hispanics.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Shoot, go down south. Let's just put it this way. If you go down, listen, like here in Cleveland, I think the city of Cleveland only has like 300,000 people in the city of Cleveland.
Yeah.
You go down to Houston, they got like 8 million.
Holy shit, dude. I nailed that bitch.
Did you? 20?
20%. Exactly. I nailed it.
I was thinking like 25 to 28.
23 are Protestants. No, 48.9 are Protestants. 23 are Catholics. 1.8 are Mormons. That's all it told me.
1.8 are Mormons.
Mormons, yeah. The LDS, they got a lot of money. That 1.8 got a lot of money. I used to do all the LDS churches in Ohio.
When I was in the car business, I used to sell them cars. They're not supposed to be driving cars.
Mormons, they drive cars.
They do now.
They always have.
No, they used to ride bicycles.
That's not Mormons. That's something else.
I think it's Mormons, isn't it? No, it's not.
It's not Mormons.
Something of Latter-day Saints.
That's Mormons. Latter-day Saints is Mormons, but Latter-day Saints is Mormons.
That's Mormons?
Yeah. The Church of Latter-day Saints is Mormons, I believe. I think I could be wrong though. I don't know enough about it. I shouldn't admit it, or I shouldn't say That's a
I think
fact.
they're the ones that found a Bible or something that Joe somebody wrote it back in the 1800s, and they found it and started the Mormons. So
Latter-day Saints.
Yeah, this doesn't go back like in biblical times. This is the 1800s they established this.
I know that. I think that the Latter-day Saints, I think they leave or the Mormons, whatever it is, I think they leave all their money to the church too. They don't go to their kids. It goes to the church. I'm pretty sure that's part of their religion.
They got levels in there. You have to do all these levels. You have to go out, walk around neighborhoods, right? You seen them come to your neighborhood?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're the ones, I'm pretty sure they're the ones that are supposed to ride bikes, but they don't anymore because it's not safe. So they have cars. But they have to do that. To become a Mormon, you have to dedicate a certain amount of time and go around these neighborhoods.
On a bike?
No, walking and knocking on doors.
Oh, yeah.
You got to do this for so long, and then you get to the next level. It's weird. It's like a pyramid scheme.
When I was a kid, I worked at this Subway.
We're probably going to get some. I wish you had a live phone, where people.
I know we've been talking about it. We've been wanting to do that.
That thing would be blowing up right now because we don't know what we're talking about.
But I had this guy I worked for. He owned the Subway that I worked at when I was a teenager. He was a drug dealer. He's dead now, but he was a drug dealer. He actually got busted while I was working at Subway. They came in and caught him. He was there picking up sandwiches, and they came in and arrested him while I was there. It was wild. But he was like one of the biggest drug dealers around this area back in those days. And I'm going back to like 92, 91, 92, somewhere around there. And he owned a gym, and they had a lot of them. I mean, they were big boys. They weren't playing. And anyways, his house one day, he worked out. He owned the gym. He was ripped. I mean, this guy looked like fucking He-Man or Skeletor. Like, he was just ripped to the gills. And he's in his little bikini underwear or whatever. He answers the door, right? And I'm at his house when this happens. Because he was like getting ready to go, like, he was getting dressed. He was getting ready to go to the gym. And we were over there. He answers the door, and it's fucking Mormons out at his door, right? And looks like Skeletor or something. He's got these little bikini underwears on. He's got he's out like this. And they go, they're starting to give him his speech. And he goes, look, some people got to go to heaven and some got to go to hell. And he closed the door on him. Dude, one of the funniest things ever. They didn't know what to do. Their faces just dropped. Like, they didn't have no clue what the fuck to do with him. Yeah, that was Fred Ramirez, man. His brothers are still around here. He's got a lot of brothers in the area.
Well, let me guess. He went to Gold's Gym, right?
No, he owned his own gym. He owned a pump and iron gym that used to be. It's knocked down now, but where Burger King is and that daycare right there on 57, there used to be a Kmart that turned into a Builder Square, and then there was a all-you-can-eat restaurant that me and Sean worked at called Campbell's, and next to that was Pump and Iron Gym. It was a franchise from, there was a Schwarzenegger franchise.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he had a gym over there. But they had a
Kmart over there.
When I was a kid, that was a Kmart, yeah. That's what that was
where
originally.
that Save-A-Lot and all that?
Well, where Save-A-Lot was over there, that was a Kroger's grocery store. But where it's empty, where they knocked the building down, the building's gone, that was a Kmart originally. And then when it became a Builder Square, they took the right hand of that and leased it out.
They don't have nothing here anymore.
No, they don't. No, nothing. It's all gone.
Gone.
It's gone. That was nice back then. That was, that other Campana building was a Hills too. So there was Hills there. That was there. Up here where you got the, you didn't grow up around here, so you don't know any of this stuff. But up here where the welfare building is up here, or I don't know, Jobs and Family Services or whatever that is, that was an old Bill's.
What's that?
It's kind of like, how do you explain, like Gold Circle? Do you remember Gold Circle? Like a Hills, I guess. I guess a Hills would be, but it was a bigger, like it had a little more in it. It was called Old Bill's.
Like a grocery store?
No, it was like
a Target?
Yeah, kind of, I guess. I guess Target would be a good.
Woolworths?
Woolworths were a lot smaller. This place was big. That place was a big place.
Yeah.
Woolworths, we used to go, that was at the mall. They used to have the counter, you could go there and eat and all that stuff when I was a kid. Yeah. And then Kmart back then, you could get the You could spin the wheel. Do you remember that for the Sunday?
I don't remember that at Kmart.
Well, you go to the front. You remember Hills and Kmart always had a concession stand in the foyer when you first came in. Do you remember those?
I do remember
You had the sub sandwiches and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could get a sundae there too. They had a sundae. You you could you had to spin the wheel, and whatever it landed on, that's what you paid for the sundae. So you could pay from a penny to 99 cents. You know what I mean, for the sundae, but it was whatever it landed on when they spun it, that's what you would get it for.
Them days are long gone.
But it'd still be a cool concept to do.
It sure would. I would love to see it come back.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see. I like to, when I go shop, I like to touch and feel. I really do.
You like to do that in the bar too.
I do. Occasionally. Females only.
Yeah, okay. They're all lesbians around here.
Yeah, they are.
Did you catch that in the song that you turned them all gay? Did you catch that in your song?
No.
Yeah, it said that you turn them to each other. It said.
Yeah. That was not a good night for me out there.
What, last night?
No, the lesbian night.
What was the lesbian night?
Over at the marina.
Oh.
That's where all that originated from.
Is that where it came from? The marina?
Yeah.
That was.
You remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you do.
What happened? I don't know what happened.
I went to that table with all women.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. You remember that.
I remember you and Dan being down there and all that.
No, this is a different. Was Dan? I don't think Dan was there that night.
I thought it all started because you told me I was only hiring lesbians, and I'm like, none of them are lesbians. Tex are just telling you that, so you leave them alone.
No, I went up to that table of women at the marina. We partied there all night.
That was the night you slept in Zach and Alexa's boat. Yeah,
but the whole table were lesbians, and I didn't know it.
None of them were lesbians, Tex.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so.
Well, they told me they were.
That was a good move on their part.
Yeah, probably.
All right. I got to get out of here. I got to pee, and my wife's already here. I don't know what she's here. She must be ready for me to go home. She's ready to take me home. See what happens when you pull out bottles?
She says, no, that's not true.
She probably saw me online, pull out the bottle, and was like, oh, come on, Dylan, let's go. All right, we're getting out of here. Tex, thanks a lot. Don't forget, tomorrow, 11 a.m., Tex got briskets on the smoker right now, right? They're on there right now?
They're smoking.
Right before he came, he had to go stoke it a little bit.
Yep.
And they're smoking. You got the beans are done. You're going to do mac and cheese.
Yep.
We got macaroni salad or potato salad.
Potato salad.
And that's coming from
Elizabeth.
And she's from what's the name of that place again?
Eli, isn't it?
Eli Industries. She comes in there. The whole group comes in here. I love that group actually. They get a bucket plus one. And a bucket plus one. I don't know, every time.
Yep.
I don't know why they don't just get 2 buckets and be done with it.
And jalapeno coleslaw.
Yeah, I'm curious about this jalapeno coleslaw. That sounds amazing.
Yep.
All right, we're getting out of here. Thanks a lot, Tex.
All right.
Peace.
Jimmy on the pod, solo act, no quitting. Madhouse talk, where the drinks stay spitting. Views going wild like a monkey gone rogue, running his own lane in a circus of smoke. Guido hit the eject, dipped out the scene. Jimmy steered the chaos, kept it lean and mean. No co-pilot needed. He thrives in the clash. Controversies, the stash. Raking views with a dash. Madness on the mic, sipping truth like it's gin. Every episode's a fight. Who's the champ of the spin? Randoms on the stool, spill tales from the void. Jimmy plays the villain, but the people stay buoyed. Solo flight, no wingman, just the heat. Questions unscripted, got him squirming in the seat. Joe Rogan whispers, but Jimmy got roar. Clickbait machetes hacking straight to the core. Bar feels alive when the topics get steamy. Listeners keep clicking, saying this